Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we are talking about, do you bank or save your calories? So, do you bank your calories around the holidays coming up to Thanksgiving meal or any other big celebration where there is a lot of food? Do you bank your calories? Presumably, really what this means, what people are trying to do is to avoid the holiday weight gain. So this is based on the model of purely calories in, calories out. So if you know how many calories it takes to add a pound of weight onto your body, presumably you can, the thinking is you can avoid that by, say, not eating or eating very little for a few days before you go into a holiday. And then you go into that holiday and you can eat a lot more on that day. So, this is really, I've heard, I don't know if you know of people who do this. I used to know of people who did this a lot, but basically, this does not work. This does not work and actually can take you in the opposite direction that you think you might be going. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you are seeing me on a business page or on YouTube, you can join us in the free group, and that will be in the comments. So, let's talk about this. So, this idea of banking or saving calories is really based on the notion of calories in, calories out, that's really the only thing that matters in weight gain and weight loss. And that's really just science and research is showing that that really is not entirely the case. So if you think about it, to find out how many calories is in a food, what they do is they take that food into a lab and they basically are burning that food and they're seeing how much energy is expended from that food. So it's a very simple, blunt process to see how many calories. And then we eat that same food. It might have a certain number of calories, but our bodies are so complex. So think about it. If you take any food, our bodies are taking that food and we're breaking it down and we're doing different things with the food depending on molecules. There are some macronutrients that the body doesn't even break down. There are some macronutrients that the body can save and use for energy right away. There are some macronutrients, or not macronutrients, but there are some foods that break down into a component that we don't use for energy right away. We're going to store it directly in fat. Don't you think that's important information? That's really a lot more complex than just how many calories are burned in a lab for a particular item. So that's really, an important piece of how our bodies are going to use the food. So let's take a look at do our bodies use the food. So we eat something, we break it down. If there's glucose in there that we can use for energy, we will use that. Some of it does not get burned up. We actually pass it right through like fiber. And some of it, things that contain sugar okay. Thank you for joining me. So I am on StreamYard today, so I can't see who is commenting here unless you give StreamYard permission. There is a link that's in StreamYard, or once I get back in the group, I'll see who is in there. But basically, so with sugar, we are going to store, there's a component of that we do not use for energy right away. That gets stored directly as fat. So it's really a lot more complex than just calories in, calories out. So what happens if you bank your calories? Let's say you're not going to eat, you want to go to this big event, you want to eat everything and not gain weight. So your thinking is you're not going to eat for a few days and then you're going to go and sort of eat whatever you want. That's what the thinking is. But here's what actually happens. When you are depriving your body of energy, your body is getting into this state where You can, be having low blood sugar where it's harder to function. And then when you do go to the event, you are typically going to have more cravings, and you are going to eat the things that are going to be quick, they're going to be sweet, they're going to be the processed carbs. And typically, those are the things that when we eat those, they're going to create more cravings, and you're going to kind of store more as fat. You're also can be damaging your body's metabolism. It's making it harder for you to think, while you're depriving yourself just for this purpose, for this one-time thing. So there's all sorts of issues with that. Now, here's what you can do instead. You can enjoy all the foods, but here's what you can do instead. You want to remain steady. You want to remain steady going into this event. So you want to be taking care of your body and remaining steady. And what we do with that is we want to be eating whole foods, not packaged foods, whole foods. So if you could go outside and you could find this food growing in the ground, growing on a tree, or walking around, or produced by something that's walking around, a whole food. So we want to stick to a whole food, and we want a balance of protein, healthy fat, and high fiber carbs. So if we're getting those three things throughout the day, and if you're curious what those are and what are the proportions, in the free group, check the featured posts. There are some posts that can help you figure that out and to build that out for yourself. So you want to be staying steady. So by getting a steady stream of protein, healthy fat, and high fiber carbs, those are things that keep our blood sugar steady, right? So that we're continually burning the energy. We're in fat burning mode. We don't have cravings. It gives us more energy. It cuts the inflammation. So if we eat that way going into this event, then we are going to be at an optimal state. Then we are going to be, our bodies are nourished. We're able to function. We are increasing our metabolism. We have less cravings. And then at the event, have a little bit of everything. Have a little bit of everything. And you don't have to have a lot of everything, but have a little bit of everything. But here's the thing, make sure that you are taking a second to really, really savor everything. So if there's, different treats that are on the table that you want to try, have a little piece of everything. But make sure when you take that bite, you're not talking to anybody, you're not doing anything else, that you are just taking that bite and you are really, really enjoying it. And make a mental note of it, right? And then drink some water, move on to the next thing. And then the next day, go back to eating whole foods and taking care of your body. So in that way, you can be enjoying everything. And typically, you will be in a better place than if you're trying to bank your calories and rob your body. Because that's really not how your body works. Like your body is not a bank. That's not how it works. So you want to be feeding your body with the whole food on the way in, having healthy protein, healthy fat, high fiber. Check the group for information on that. Go to the party, have a little bit of everything. Make sure that you're really savoring every single bite. Don't, like when you're having a bite of the special cake, just take a second. Don't talk to anybody else for that second. Don't be looking on your phone. Don't do anything else. Just really enjoy it and savor it. And then go and enjoy the company. Enjoy the relationships, because that's the thing that you're really going to remember. So we want to be taking some time to enjoy the food and taking some time to enjoy the people and the ambiance and the relationships. Because enjoying the relationships and enjoying the ambiance is going to help satisfy you and help kind of keep you out of the trap of just trying to, feel like you're enjoying the party by eating. So you want to make sure you're enjoying the party by enjoying the people there too. So that is how you can go to the party and enjoy everything without having to save and bank your calories, how you can be in fat burning mode all the way up to the party, go do the party, and then get back into that fat burning mode afterwards without sacrificing your body. So hopefully this is helpful for you. If you need some more tips on this or would like sort of a 15-minute session so we can set up some ideas, then just shoot me a message and we will find a time to chat. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you around in the group.